Oh my, okay.
How to lose fat.
Let's go.
Action.
What's going on, good people? It's your boy Dave checking in. And today's topic is how to gain muscle and lose fat. Alright, how to gain muscle. 3 steps to gaining muscle. And everything that I'm talking about is just the key points. Topic 1, how to gain muscle. Gaining muscle is fairly easy, contrary to popular belief. You just have to have an understanding of the basic components. And there are 3 basic components. Number 1 is your training has to be tailored to muscle gain. 2, your nutrition has to be in place for muscle gain. That means that if your basal metabolic rate, which is the minimum amount of calories that your body needs to sustain itself, is at 2,000, you need to place your body in a caloric surplus. So you need to increase your calories above your BMR in order to start gaining muscle. Now remember, along with gaining muscle, because you're in a caloric surplus, you will start to store some fat, which is okay because of being in this caloric surplus. You may not utilize all the calories as 3, you need sleep. And I think these are one of the components that people really don't pay attention to. But this is probably one of the most important components. Why? Well, I will tell you. The reason why is because you build muscle, or your muscle repairs itself while you are sleeping. That's when the recovery process happens. A lot of people think that they're building muscle while they're actually in the gym. When you're in the gym, you're tearing down your muscles, you're breaking down your muscle fibers per se, and then you feed it through nutrition, you sleep for recovery, and that's the process. Those are the 3 components, or the foundations that you have to have in place.
Oh my, okay.
How to lose fat.
No way. Okay. No, that's terrible.
I'm just playing. Alright, so the next topic is how to lose fat. So typically, to gain a good decent amount of muscle will take, approximately about 3 months. That's about the time that I use during my bulk phases. It's usually about 8 to 12 weeks. So after I have done my bulk phase, to gain muscle, now to show off that muscle, we start our fat loss process. So going back to the 3,000 calorie basal metabolic rate, the minimum amount of calories your body needs to sustain itself, if my caloric surplus was 4,000 calories, so I'm 1,000 calories above my BMR. What I want to do is I want to start bringing those calories down to maintenance level. So now that I'm at maintenance level, what I'm going to be putting my body in is what's called a caloric deficit. That means I'm going to be consuming less calories than my maintenance level, which is 3,000. So typically what I like to do is I like to slowly start cutting my calories or my macronutrients down. And every week, depending how I'm looking, not so much the scale, but how I'm looking, that's how I make changes to my macronutrients, meaning that I may lower my carbohydrates, lower my fats, increase my carbohydrates, increase my fats. Protein is generally going to stay the same because protein, especially when you're in a caloric deficit, you want to keep your protein levels, you know, at least 1 gram per body weight, or even just a little bit higher. I don't go higher than 1.5 grams. So protein is very important for repair of your tissues and your organs, for recovery, and for growth. For fat loss, remember, you have to start putting your body in a caloric deficit, and this is when you start implementing more cardio. And there are different variations of types of cardio that you can utilize at your disposal, and that's how you achieve your results. It's a two-phase process. You have your muscle gain, and then you have your fat loss phase. So there's two processes in place. Remember, folks, it's going to take time. There's no magic pill. There's no fad diet. There's no special workout, no 30-day challenge. You know, it takes time. There's 3,600 calories in 1 pound of fat. You guys can do the math on that, but being in a caloric deficit, if you're in a 500 calorie caloric deficit, it's going to take you about 6 to 7 days to lose 1 pound of fat safely. So you can safely lose anywhere from 4 to 8 pounds of fat, not water weight, you know, not anything else, not no waste products, but of legitimate fat per month. So these are the basics that I talked about. If you all would like me to go in depth, I can break these two topics up in individual videos because it is a lot of information, and I don't want to drag the video out, and I don't want to give you guys information overload, because that's where I feel the problem is coming from. There's so much information out there that now we don't know, you know, this guy is saying this way, this guy is saying that way, you know, but once you understand the fundamentals and the foundations, you can start experimenting and using your personal experience to cultivate your own plan. And that's my key. My key is to educate you all so that you guys know right from wrong, because you have so many fad diets out right now. You have so many bad personal trainers. You have these bro scientists who are telling you this and that. And if you don't know, how are you going to know right from wrong? So that's what I'm here for, is to teach you the basics, the fundamentals, so that you guys can start making better decisions and implementing them in your daily life. Because I'm here for you all. So, comment, subscribe, give it thumbs up. If you want me to break the videos up, make sure you comment and let me know, because I will give a further in-depth video on how to gain muscle. I will break all three topics: the training, the nutrition, and the sleep. Sleep is obvious, but the other two. And then we can go further in fat loss, because that also entails a lot of information. So, until next time, Pokemon Go.